Hey guys, so I have another Kendra G video. I don't know. Let's see the delusion.
Bringing in the background, girl.
God, why is my
Hey,
class so
beautiful.
loud?
Hello. Oh yes. I hope we don't have a lag this time. You were on my show before, but we had a lag, so I couldn't use I couldn't use it as a highlight. Can you
Let's see.
give me more light?
How's that?
Seriously.
Oh, you
Oh,
got
I'm
them
sorry.
breasts right in our face, child.
Look, I got my house dress on.
Um,
My house dress.
you got what?
Hmm.
So you were here before. Give everybody. I'm not sure. We had a lag, so I couldn't use you as a highlight. But hopefully this time I can. Run down your stats for those who don't know you. Your name, your age, where you're calling me from, what you do for a living, and also what you're currently
My
going
name is
through health
Angie.
wise.
I'm currently 38 years old. I have a podcast called Pussy Talk. I also have a non-for-profit where I advocate for women under 40 with breast cancer. I am currently fighting and kicking stage 4 metastatic breast cancer's ass. I just had surgery 2 days ago. Um, and that's kind of like what I do. I advocate for women who can't. Hey, beautiful. I advocate for women who are afraid to advocate for themselves. And my podcast is basically pussy talk, but it's really about the woman. It's about the womb. It's about the love. And I just currently wrote a book called Pussy Power.
Off the bat, she's. You already know this woman's not a traditional woman. Right? Already hypersexual. Knowing that you are going to go online, right, and have this talk with her, right, to, I don't know, maybe dozens to maybe hundreds of people, you dress provocatively. I mean, like, you're saying this is your house gown. You have time to change, right? So, off the bat, this is what you're going to go as. This is what you want to portray. And you're also the type of woman that really talks about private parts like it's nothing. I mean, it's like, I'm not saying like it's wrong or right. I'm saying that this is already the vibe you're gonna get, right? This is already the type of character you're seeing before you are getting into a relationship with her.
Okay, so we have a lag. So we got to follow a 7-second rule. So your podcast is called PUSSY Talks. But so congratulations on your surgery. I didn't know that. So that's wonderful. What was your update from the last time when you were on the show? Wait 7 seconds. Do you have better light? I feel like you should have better light than this.
Let
Do
me
you have like a ring light?
turn it on a little bit brighter.
Okay. And it should be in front of your face, and that would give us the best light with you. Like if you have it in, y'all just got that breath,
Sorry.
baby.
I'm sorry about the titties. My bad.
You meant to show it.
Okay. What was when you were here the last time? Wait 7 seconds. Tell me what happened after that show. Did you meet anybody? What was the feedback? Wait 7 seconds.
I met someone, and oh my God, was it hilarious. I met a guy who messaged me, and of course, most guys are looking for the pussy and not the girl. And, you know, a lot of guys think because I have a certain look and a certain shape that I don't have this and I don't have.
No, right? Even women who have a certain look, or a certain shape, can still not be approached in a certain way. No, it's, I guess maybe a certain look. I said how you present that certain look. Look at what she's doing. Like, women are so blind to how perception works. You're literally showing off your breasts, right? Your cleavage to the world online. And what do you think men is going to perceive you as? It's like when you wear a hooker's uniform, you think people are going to expect you're a cop? You're literally showing off your breasts. Do men think that you're going to be, ladylike, prim and proper? No, they don't. So it's delusional.
boundaries and or standards. So, you know, it's like with most men, because they judge me based off of my shape, my butt, my breasts, they think that I'm a light-skinned girl with a...
They judge you on how you present it, right? If you are, let's say you walk out the streets and having pasties on and having just wearing your thong, walking on the street, what are they gonna think? You are a businesswoman? A CEO? No, they think you're gonna be a hooker. Okay? They think you're loose. They think you're easy. That's why I said in the beginning, look at how she present herself through online, right? For people, for strangers to see. How you present yourself matters. She's presenting herself as someone who is about sex. You're not ladylike in the least. So really, what do you think men is gonna perceive you as? It's how you portray yourself. It's the delusion, right? And remember, this is a 38-year-old woman that's past or maybe broke the wall. Okay? So she's portraying this, this hypersexualized woman who now she's saying she has standards and preferences and boundaries. Really? How about you portray it then? Not just say it.
Big booty. And then when they get me out on a date, they're like, oh, this bitch actually wants to get to know me. And usually they never call back, which is essentially I met a guy, we went out for the first date. I'm going to say that the first date, I didn't like it. I kind of paid whatever, but it was more of an introduction. He invited me out, but he wanted me to drive to him. Okay. He didn't want to pick me up. It was 10:30. I also expressed that I did not drink.
It's funny too, right? Women, you just cannot predict women, because on the flip side, there are women that say, because I saw a video where she said, and I think maybe you can see it on my channel. I think I had it on my channel where she is saying that women should not let men pick them up. They should take an Uber to dates. You cannot win with women. They have such a wide range of expectations, views, thoughts, and whatever, that a good chunk of women say, oh, never have a man pick you up, know where you live. And then other women saying, oh, you gotta pick up a woman. You gotta take her. You gotta open the door for her. Shit like that. It's like, you're all over the place. So it's just, that's what you don't get, the difficulties of men, because men are the one who's approaching you, who is doing the effort in this whole dating market, while you're just sitting there making all these rules, all these boundaries and standards for a multitude of men to try to, try to go through. It's just ridiculous.
Alcohol really, so, or that I don't have taste buds. So for me, when dating me, you actually have to think about what you're going to do, because you can't take me out to eat because I lost my taste buds. And I'm not really a drinker because, I'm eating and drinking to live. And so actually to date me, you have to put a little bit more work. We went bowling. I mean, not bowling, golfing. I'm sorry. He does golfing. And then you have to actually put a little bit more work into it. So you have to have an experience with me, let alone just drinking and dinner and probably fucking, which is kind of what most people do. And so after I didn't show up because I didn't like the fact that he wanted me to drive to him at 10:30. He was going to dinner, but he wanted me to meet him after dinner for drinks. And I'm like, what? I don't really do either or. So you're not really trying to take me. You have a place that you're going and you're inviting me, which is not, I don't like that. That you're not going to just, And so he didn't respond to me. I tried to call him back because I think whatever happened.
Your Wi-Fi is messing up.
I tried to call him back the next day to tell him that I was actually not feeling well, which is why I didn't want to drive. He then did not call me back. And then after 2 weeks of not calling me back, he then asked, could he apologize and make it up? And I said, I'm not that horrible person. I, do that. And then he wanted me to meet him again and not pick me up. So that was kind of that. And, he goes back to just following me on social media and liking all of my pictures and not calling me anymore.
Okay, I got you. We got to paraphrase the story. So we gotta get your Wi-Fi together because it's choppy when you talk. But I do want to give you my assessment.
Yeah, I tried to turn the
Hello.
Wi-Fi off and just put it on the phone. Is that
Okay, yeah. This it seems like it might be better. But let me say this: I actually met you at a breast cancer event, so I know you from that moment, right? But if you come on a show and you say, you have a podcast called PUSSY Talks. I remember the last episode you were talking about your how you can have sex without a relationship. You definitely have a great shape. You don't
I
understand
didn't
how
say
you're
how I could have
attracting
sex
that type
without a
of guy.
relationship. What I said is that I'm dating. And because I'm dating doesn't mean that if I date someone and I like someone that I wouldn't have sex with that person. And that's totally opposite. I'm a person and yes, I want to have sex, but let's be clear. A lot of people say that they're in relationships and they're just fucking people and not a lot of dating. And so what I said is that I went out with a guy, I dated him, and we had a great time. And we're adults and I slept with him. And that's what you should do in dating.
No, you should not do that in dating. Here's an older woman giving terrible, I don't know if I'll call it advice, but has a terrible view on dating. No, this is the problem. Why she's at 38 and still trying to date. Because, just like Kevin Samuel say, date with purpose. Now, it's fine. If she wants to date and just hook up, that's fine. Doesn't seem like she was saying that. But she's saying like, oh, she date and she could hook up. It's not that big of a problem. That's the problem where women are delusional. Why do you not think that you're not getting the outcomes that you supposedly want? Because of your bad habits, because of your views on dating. When women complain about shit in their life, who's there to blame? You. No one else. Don't blame the men. Don't blame anyone else. Don't blame your mom, your dad, whoever. Don't blame anyone else besides yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's you who choose to do what you do. She chose to date without purpose. Excuse me. She chose to date without a real goal. You just date and have sex with men? What? So what else then? So now she's just racking up bodies. And she's just getting more traumatic, getting more trauma from these terrible experiences. I mean, like, if she liked those sex so much, why not stay with that person? So you just having sex, just have sex, right? For the disconnect in emotions, it's just cardinal to her. It's just lust to her, and that type of woman. What you think? What is a man who he hears that thinking? Oh, you know what? This woman, I'm gonna just date her, have sex with her. I'm good. This is not a woman that's wifey material. That's even relationship material. No, this woman is a fun time material. And why do you think men do that to you? Seriously, like, why do you think men just use you? Because that's how you present yourself. You date, you have sex, you date again, you have sex, you date again. This guy's not good. It's the process you keep on doing over. You are not holding true standards and boundaries, right? If you say, I think a man I need commitment from a man to have sex. Well, that's a true boundary you're setting, and stick with it. For all men that you encounter, we need to at least be boyfriend and girlfriend for sexual activities to happen. Okay, good. Hold on to those boundaries. Hold on to that standard. But no, you know what? You know what? I want to have sex too. So, really, you don't value. If you are so focused on just the men aspect, right? Because men just want to have sex, right? It's more cardinal. It's just like letting loose. That's not feminine in nature. That is masculine in nature. So she is straight up very masculine in nature. Like, I just want to release too. Women just want to have sex too. Oh, just random. It's kind of random, right? It's almost one night stands in a way, right? Or friends with benefits in a way. It's so emotional. It's disconnecting emotionally, and it's just then like it's very unfeminine like. It's more masculine like. So why do you think you are getting the same results you've been getting for most of your life. Now at 38, you're being delusional, and you there's no surprise where you are in your life, still trying to find somebody at 38 for a woman.
Okay, so what did I say opposite? You had sex
Most
without a
people think they're in a
relationship.
relationship and still have sex, and that's the.
I mean, that's fine.
Go ahead.
Well, hold on. We're going to talk about logistics here. The point that I made was you had sex and you guys were not in a relationship. This is not a judgment.
Absolutely.
This is a fact. I'm not judging you for that. And I'm not judging you actually for anything. But I do want to, because you said in the beginning you attract a certain type of guy. And I do want to understand why you would attract that type of guy.
Let's first say that. I don't attract a certain type of guy. I attract
what you said.
I didn't say that. What I said was people think, men specifically and women, because I have a certain look or a certain shape, that I don't have anything else but that. And that's totally far from the opposite, which is what I was saying. I don't have a problem with saying that if I'm dating someone or if I'm having sex, whatever. But what I said is people think because I just have a certain shape and a certain look that I don't have brains or that I don't have anything. And what I'm saying is that,
see, I hate she keep on saying that certain look, certain shape. I mean, it's like that has nothing to do with it. It's how you present yourself. Literally, women have breasts. Practically all women have breasts. How she present it is she's showing it off. Literally, so much cleavage. It's not what you have. It's how you present what you have. I mean, you can see the difference in, Kendra and her. They both have breasts. She's not showing off her cleavage. Kendra's not, right? While this other woman, it's for the world to see her cleavage. So really, wake up.
Whoever said I'm defensive, of course I'm defending what I'm saying because I want her to understand me. We're communicating. And what I'm saying is that because people be taking off of a look and then they get me on a date and I'm actually asking.
And you have a podcast called Pussy Talks. Like that whole package. Listen, I got to know you on a deeper level, so I know you on a deeper level. But if I go off of Pussy Talks, shape, saw you on my live, she's open to having sex without being in a relationship. Yeah, that type of guy would be like,
but that's not
okay,
just the
you
world.
have to get to know you.
This is the thing, Kendra. It's not just the guys. It's actually the world. And that's how I came up with Pussy Talk, because you know that Pussy Talk is much more deeper. It's not about pussy. It's about a lot of times how women are held prisoners to their pussy because we are.
Listen, so, I'm here for all of that. But what I'm saying is that type of guy would not approach, I'm going to just use Michelle Obama, right? You wouldn't come, I don't believe that type of guy would come to Michelle Obama thinking that, oh, I can have sex with her right away, because that's just not what she represents. And again, I'm not judging you, but I think to act like you don't understand why a guy might think that this is easy in that way.
Let me say this. I understand everything you're saying, and that's why I try to change the directory, because people always look at you and they always assume based off of a look. And that's the whole part of Pussy Talk, because Pussy Talk is much deeper, because it's really about the woman and the womb and how we are treated and how we don't, that would be a whole nother topic. And I'm not okay with that. But what I had a problem with him is that you're still going to treat me like a lady just because I will have sex without a relationship.
No one's going to treat you like a lady when you're not a lady. Period. There's no expectations there. You do not demand someone to treat you like something when you don't portray that something, right? She don't portray ladylike qualities. So, no, men shouldn't treat you like a lady. Period. Right? She's aggressive. She's combative. Right? She has to be right. You aren't masculine. Right? Period. And you're hypersexual. I mean, you're not feminine whatsoever besides maybe your look. Right? Being female in nature. You portray masculine nature with a good-looking body that you overshow. Period. This is ridiculous. You're not a lady.
Relationship, or just because I look a certain kind of way, and just because my podcast is called Pussy Talk, does not mean that, yes, those are all true, that I have to give my pussy up. which is far from the truth. And then,
well,
but this
listen,
is
I agree with all of that. So I want to hold on. I agree with all of that. We're not disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is, I also understand how coming in the door, he's thinking something else. So now, as I get to know you, sure, you should have that requirement. That's fine. But if I just went off of seeing you on the show, the name of the show, those things, I would think as a guy, oh, I'm going to get potentially some vagina fast. Now, of course, knowing you, learning you, dating you, you can learn otherwise. But I think it's unfair to not understand how a guy would think.
And what I had a problem with is not that even, and there may be, I may have went out with him if the situation was different, may have liked him and possibly could have slept with him. I don't have a problem with any of those things. Whoever said anything about my titties, they look like this because I had a double mastectomy 2 years ago, and so they're actually fake, and I don't actually have breasts; they're just implants. So there you go.
You're showing it off.
My energy is no, I'm not defensive. I'm speaking up for myself, and that's the problem. People think that because you speak up for yourself, you're always on defensive mode. But back to you, Kendra. I don't have a problem with any of those things about how people perceive or their perception. For me, with him, it was, okay, you asked me out on a date, but did you really ask me out on a date? Or did you invite me to somewhere you were already going and ask me to meet you there? And unfortunately for me, that's not going to be subdued. Whether you want pussy that night or not, you're going to hit to work for it, right? And so that means picking me up, taking the effort to take me out, having a great time and a great conversation. I want all of those things. And then maybe through that, I might say, hey, I'm really feeling him. I'm digging him. Maybe we could do something or something like that. But none of that happened. And I feel like if a man actually...
I'm not taking away from, like, the effort the man made. I'm not taking away from that, right? He didn't make much of an effort. So, that's fine and all. I'm just saying that at 38, this woman, what does she want? Right? Is she just want something casual? It's kind of like, aren't there a lot of men that want that? I mean, like, why is she even trying this then? Because I think there's a lot of men that would just do something casual with her. But if she wants a relationship, I think how she goes about it is a detriment to herself. How she portrays herself, pretty much just sexual. How her personality is very aggressive, very masculine. It's like those two combined is just to lead you to a situationship, really. I don't know many men. I mean, there are men that will deal with it just for the continuous, sexual access, but I don't know if they will put you as, girlfriend material, girlfriend status. So she's just going about it a wrong way.
Me out on a date, he should then pick me up. And he should make plans for me and not add me into his already plans. And so that way, when he's adding me into his plans and then I don't fall through, now he's holding me responsible, saying, you said you were coming. No, I expected you to pick me up like a man should do. So despite the thinking or the sexual part, I have no problem with that because society and the world sexualizes everything or whatever. I had a problem with him not picking me up, him not listening to me after we had 2 or 3 conversations prior to this, me saying, I don't really drink. And I have a certain taste palette. So he did not, the problem I had with him is not that he wanted what he wanted or he saw what he saw. The problem I had with him is that he didn't listen. And a man who would have listened probably could have had maybe that, maybe something else, maybe a second date. And he did any of those things.
That's fine. One thing I did, though, I did listen. And the first thing you said when you were talking about this is you said, men think because I have a podcast called Pussy Talk and because of my shape, that's why I went there. I was like, well, of course
I have men that don't even know that my podcast is called Pussy Talk, who see me out in the world.
Well, I'm talking about for my show, girl. On my show, we know your podcast is called Pussy Talk. So what I'm saying is, the fact remains you was on my show. We talked about Pussy Talks. We talked about you having sex about a relationship. That's what the resume said if they saw you on this show. So I'm not talking about who didn't see the show. I'm talking about what happened on my show. We can move forward
No,
because
no,
we're going
no,
in
no. Go ahead, do
circles.
your thing.
It's
And
not
I
really
get what
worth to
you're
go in
saying.
circles. But what I'm
But
saying
before
is,
we
yeah, that's
went
just
out,
all I
we
was
had
saying. But let's just go
we
for it.
talked
So you
several
came
times.
back.
I asserted what I wanted.
Okay, but you came back tonight. We came back tonight.
I get it. Like there's lag, but it's like when two women just talk to each other, it's like, oh my god, it's like they're fighting. I don't know.
We came back tonight to do it again, to give that
To do it
update. What
again.
was the goal for tonight?
And give the update. So there's the update.
Okay, so you want to do it again? Okay, that's the update.
My name is
Tell us your
Angie.
name again, honey. Angie. So I know a little. Chicago and podcast.
Chicago.
You have a
One
child. You have more
child.
than one
She's
child or just
21.
one child? One child is 21.
Aquarius.
What's your zodiac sign? Aquarius. And she is beating breast cancer's ass. So highly salute that. We actually met at a breast cancer event. All right. So now let's break it down, Angie. What kind of guy are you looking for? Are you looking for a relationship?
I will say this. I don't go into a situation saying this, I want a relationship. I first want to build a rapport with a person and see if we can get along, if we can have conversation and things like that. And if that grows into a relationship, absolutely. But I think for me, I don't want to say, hey, am I dating intentionally? Absolutely. But am I going into every
You're not dating intentionally. No. Because if you were, you would say like, yeah, I'm looking for a relationship. She's leaving the option for situationships, right? She's saying, "Oh, let's grow into a relationship," which backs up what she said before, dating, having sex, and seeing where it goes. You're just racking up bodies. I'm pretty sure this woman has dozens upon dozens upon dozens upon dozens of bodies underneath her. I'm pretty sure if any man dates her and actually hears her count, they will be shocked. You're not dating with intention. You're not dating with purpose. Which would be logical for a woman at her age. I'm dating for a relationship. Period. I'm not giving my body until we actually at least boyfriend girlfriend status. That's with purpose. That's with intention. Not dating with intention. Let's date. Let's just hang out. Let's chill. Maybe we can have sex too. You know, whatever. Let's see whatever happens. That's so open ended, so vague. That's not with intention. That's just let's see what happens. That's what most women are now doing. That's what situationships become, right? That's how they become situationships. Because you're just having fun in the moment, just think about the moment, no titles, no responsibilities, nothing clear cut, and let's just do whatever and see whatever happens. That's not purpose, intention, no, none of that shit.
Situation saying I'm looking for a relationship, not necessarily, because we sometimes see somebody and they'll have a certain potential and we'll put in our mind as women, oh, he's relationship potential, but we don't take the time to actually ask the questions and get to know the person. And I think, a lot of times when I get on a date, because of the outer thing, like you said, people don't have the opportunity to get to know people. Then when I ask these questions, then they're confused, and it.
I'm asking you the clear question.
Eventually, but I don't want to go into a situation. I want to date. I want to see what's out there. I want to date people.
Okay, so that's what you will attract then. So that's fine. So what are some of the requirements that you're looking for? Wait 7 seconds. We have a lag.
So I want somebody who's has an active lifestyle, meaning eating healthy, working out. Someone who can hold a conversation. I like to talk about different things such as real estate, the stock market. Yes, I like to talk about pussy. Yes, I like to work out. Someone who can hold an all-around conversation. someone who's strong, a man who's sure of himself, because a lot of the times I have where men are out with me and they're insecure, and sometimes their insecurities play back into and or the relationship and or me. So someone who is sure of himself, securing his manhood, who's respectful, honest, and hardworking.
Okay. Wait 7 seconds. What are your deal breakers?
Liars.
That's it? Okay. Does he have to
Just have
look
an
a certain way?
active lifestyle and be active and kind of fit. I work out daily. I eat healthy. So someone who has that same kind of lifestyle.
Okay. So this is Angie Chicago. She's a podcaster. Do you have another job besides being a podcast? Is that not
You can
appropriate
say that
title?
I used to own a spa and a recovery house, and when I got sick, I decided to close the business down. And I have my book, and then I have my podcast. So that's fine.
So what would be? I mean, I don't mind giving you your proper title. What would be the proper title?
Okay.
So, because I said podcaster, and I felt like you didn't like that. Oh, okay. Okay. Does the guy have to? Did I ask you about look a certain way? Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
Financially stable to sustain his own lifestyle and also to be able to afford to date.
Afford to date. Do you like so dating? Now that's broad because someone can afford to date and the date, and this is a legitimate date. McDonald's in a movie.
A movie,
so
yes, but
that's
I don't care for
to
McDonald's.
date.
We can do a salad in a movie. I like, and that's the thing because dating is so weird now. I like going to the zoo, museums, and I like experiences because I really don't eat. I have one meal per day, and I have a vegetarian lifestyle, so I don't really eat. So experiences.
Okay. Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
She really requires a certain type of man, right? Man that's very athletic. I guess a man that very outgoing. Probably a man that makes decent amount of money because I don't know, she wants to go places, do things, and you gotta afford those. I mean, even the zoo. I mean, still, but you gotta constantly go places. I don't know. I mean, she's a decent looking woman at 38. Yeah, so she probably wants a 45-year-old, 40 plus year old man that's in good shape. That with all those requirements, but it's like she's so aggressive, right? In the sense that not aggressive, maybe more. She's so combative, right? And she's very strong-headed, right? Very opinionated. It seems, and it's fine. That's fine. But I mean, as I've grown older, right? I've dealt with a lot of those women, and it's just like they don't bring you peace, right? Women like this, they don't bring you peace. They probably be fun in the bed, but they don't bring you peace in life. So it's like, I don't know. So, are you gonna find that man? I don't know. Maybe.
You know what that is, right? The Kendra Cam is when you stand up. Okay. You definitely have a great shape. The breast is out, girl.
I lost the first pair, so I thought I'd do myself right with the new ones.
Okay, there you have it. When was your last relationship, Angie? Last year. You don't have to answer, and we gotta still follow the 7-second rule. So
I get out the house every day.
After I ask the question.
Geo Johnson, I'll stay outside. Check my resume. He says, I don't want to date. I want to get out the house. I said, no, I get out the house every day. You better check my resume. I'm never in the house. I'm always on.
Okay.
That's why Kevin Samuels has said don't look at the chat. I think other people say that too, like Fresh and Fit and stuff. Don't look at the chat. You're talking to the host, not to the chat. Because it's distracting, right? I mean, obviously it's distracting, but it doesn't make for a good, show, because then you're always talking and while the host is talking.
Only because IG has a lag, so we gotta follow the 7-second rule. When was your last relationship? Wait 7 seconds.
Last year.
Last year. You don't have to answer. You was on my show. When was you on my show last?
Maybe earlier this year.
I thought you had just had sex when you were on my show.
It was January. No, you
said
said when
you
was my
had sex
last
last year.
relationship?
That's
The last
this
time
year.
we talked, I was dating a guy. I went out with him and I had sex with him.
Okay. I stand corrected. When was the last time you had sex? You don't have to answer. Okay. Why do you think you're single, Angie? Wait 7 seconds.
I'm single because I want to be. I'm single because I don't need to fill a void in a relationship. I have everything I need, so everything a relationship brings to me is extra. And so because of those things, I'm not alone.
I'm going to let her continue, right? What man wants to be a part of that? She falls in the line of the women that don't need a man, just want a man. And I've said it before in other videos I made. A woman that says she don't need you but just wants you is the same type of woman that will leave you when she doesn't want you anymore, because she doesn't need you. So you are not a vital part of her life. Remember the difference between need and want. Want, you can change it whenever. Need is like it's a vital part of your life. Know those differences, because women that say that, that's what they really mean, because their actions show that. A woman like this will leave you when she's bored of you, doesn't want you anymore, found something better. So really, hear that and understand that. Women that say that, she chose to be single, no, you are forced to be single, because the men that you wanted didn't want you. Because you gotta think, if a man that's perfect, absolutely perfect for you, right, came into your life, she's 38, like 3 years ago at 35, you wouldn't have married him already? You wouldn't have continued to be in a relationship with him? No. It's because all the men she's dealt, she found unqualified to be in a long-term relationship with her. So really, it's not by choice. It's by she has no other choice, because none of the men she's dated qualified in her opinion. So really, you didn't choose to be single. You have no other choice to be single because of your standards, of your preferences, of your boundaries. You found all other men unqualified to be in a long-term relationship with. I hate women that say they choose to be single, because no, you haven't. If you chose to be single, then you're saying that the perfect man came into your life, but you chose not to be with him. Now, if you said that, then yes, you chose to be single.
So I'm not looking for someone to fulfill that part. And
gotta jump in. So if you're single because you want to be,
dating,
why would you be on a single
but you
show?
ask, because people say, why are you single? I'm single right now because I want to be, and I haven't found anybody to be in a relationship with. And the last relationship I was in did not work out. So I'm single now because I want to be. And if I date somebody and I like that person, then we'll talk about that. But I'm single now because I want to be. And because until I find somebody who I want to share myself with, I'll be single. And so that's why I'm single now. But I'm dating. Do I want to be with somebody? Do I want companionship? Absolutely. But I'm not in a rush to do it, and I'm not going to do it prematurely, and I'm not going to do it if I'm not happy and if the person isn't happy.
So that's why I asked you in the beginning, what was the goal? Was your goal to be in not about the men?
Eventually.
What was your Angie's goal? And I do understand that.
You are 38. When do you want a relationship? At 45? Eventually, this is why women are delusional. You're not dating with purpose. You're not dating with a goal in mind. Eventually? I mean, come on. Everything you say just contradict that notion where that you want, I don't know, that you are a person that dates with purpose, that dates with a goal in mind. No, you're so flaky. You're so in the moment, which fine, it's fine. And I believe most women are in the moment people, in the moment type of people. They don't think past, when it comes to relationship, at least, they don't think past the present.
You can date and still be single, and men do this all the time. Actually, I always say men date right, because they date, and then they find someone that they like more than others, and they settle down. But normally, when people settle down, sometimes it's a goal, right? And sometimes some people have goals, like you just said. I don't want to be in a relationship. I just want to date people.
I do want to
and
be
I'm
in a
not trying to be
relationship if I
committed
find
to
the right
anybody.
person, but I'm not going to rush it. And if it's not right, I'm not going to do it.
What are 3 flaws that you have? Shout out to Just Niche. That's the new question that we are.
Let me tell you that, right? She's combative. She's over sexualized. And she's, let's say, I guess it might fall in combative, but she's not ladylike. And I don't know. I mean, you could pick one of these, but I think she does not date with a purpose. She doesn't. She doesn't even know what she wants. She doesn't really know what she wants. Out of a man, at least.
Certain 3 flaws that you believe you have. Wait 7 seconds.
I have zero tolerance for bullshit. If it doesn't make me happy, if we fall out or we have a misunderstanding or miscommunication and it doesn't work, I'm cutting it off. So in that aspect, if you do something and it's early on, those are the red flags. I'm not letting them linger on. I'm saying, hey, this doesn't work for me. Clearly it doesn't work for you. And even if we've slept together, whatever, I'm not going to be in a situation or keep dating someone or even go into a relationship with them if you're not happy and I'm not happy. Because if already right on off the bat, we're not meshing, then it makes no sense to continue to see each other or talk. And I believe that I truly live for happiness, and anything doesn't serve me in that aspect, I will cut it off.
So you're considering this a flaw? Because that doesn't sound like a flaw. That sounds like a characteristic. I'm asking you 3 flaws, like things that I feel like you would like that characteristic. I'm at 3 flaws or things that you may need to work on. That wouldn't be considered a flaw.
Having a big heart. That's one of my biggest flaws. It's a gift and a curse. I hate it. Because of that, I have a tremendous heart, and I go into situations, dating and or relationships with the way my heart is, and everybody isn't like me. So that's one of my flaws. My other flaws, I'm hard-headed. For example, I have people say, you're fighting cancer, you should sit down or you should slow down. And that kind of trickles to everything in life. I'm kind of a get it done kind of person. And some people don't understand that. And it can be a flaw at times, because sometimes maybe I'll need to take a break or stop. But I just have that mentality where I'm just going to keep going.
Her hard-headedness goes into combativeness.
Okay. If you don't have a third one, that's fine.
No.
Do you have a third one or no? Okay. What's the age range you would date,
38.
Angie? How old are you again? 38. What's the age range you would date? Wait 7 seconds.
40 and up.
40 and up. Could he have kids? Wait 7 seconds.
Well, Actress is upset. I don't mind if he has kids, but I would prefer that his kids are older, only because I have an adult child. And, maybe I don't want to be with someone who has smaller children because of the lifestyle difference.
Okay. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you, Angie?
Because I have a
last question. Wait 7 seconds.
because I have a beautiful heart and a beautiful spirit, and I'm probably one of the most loving human beings that this earth will see at this time.
I guess.
Okay. All right, let's do it. Angie, Chicago. She's an Aquarius.
That's not. I guess loving is a fine quality, but that's not really something men ask for, really. I mean, loving is good, but it's like, I believe her combativeness will, again, combat her lovingness. Because you're going to be fighting with her a lot. Okay? So her loving on you, I don't know if that's anything special. I mean, she's not feminine like, not ladylike. Um, she definitely won't bring you peace. Uh, she's decent looking for 38. Good. Okay body. Um, okay face. But you've seen it how the the attitude, the combativeness, the delusion at 38 you have about the sexual market is obvious. These type of women, I believe, will are the type of women that will stay single into her late 40s and maybe forever. I mean, I'm not saying that she won't have a lot of men to have sex with, because obviously she's the type of person who will, give it to any man that suits her current fancy. I mean, not that any man that has like relationship material to her, but just any man that she's feeling at that moment. She'll probably have sex with them. So, great. I mean, she's just a sexual object for men. This is the thing where I find women are unguided and delusional. At 38, if she's just pretty much presenting herself as a sexual object for men, what results do you think you're going to get? Pretty much dating and sex. Nothing beyond that. And even, let's say, even if a man that fits her qualities, right? Good looking, in shape, decent money, very well educated. He could also deal with a woman that's at 28 rather than a woman that's at 38, because she has more trauma, more baggage, more expectations, more point of views, more combativeness, more attitude than a woman at 28. And I'm not saying that a woman at 28 doesn't have those stuff, but she will still have more than a woman at 28, because she's been through more. She's, lived more life, gained more experience. So she has more, point of views, more opinions. And it's just, trust me, for a man, it's a headache. And a man at, let's say, 40 plus, I don't know if men want to deal with that, especially in their later years. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of her? I mean, would you want to be her boyfriend? Is this marriage material woman for you? I mean, like I said, she definitely would be, fun for the night or a couple nights. But in my eyes, I feel this woman is a red flag already. I'll be, I I'm the only one to blame if I went into a relationship with this woman. And I'm not saying that. I mean, I'm not saying I qualify. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying any man that goes into a relationship with this woman, you should already know what type of woman you're going for. I mean, what type of woman she is. Very headstrong. That's fine too. But combative, not really ladylike. Um, overly sexual, which is it's a woman that's sexual is fine, but she hits the point where she's overly sexual, so the world sees that sexual nature. So that's unattractive, really. You know, I wouldn't want that, but you know, it's not me. But anyway, what do you guys think? Did you guys feel the same way as me, or what? I don't know. Anyway, that's it. Later, guys.